Hey guys, it's Katie. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I have yet another empties video for you. I do quite a bit of these on my channel because I just go through a lot of products. So let's just dive right in. I've split it into categories. The first category is the biggest one, and it's kind of just like body and random. I typically do these videos every couple of months, so these are the candles I've gone through in that time period. I'm a huge Bath & Body Works 3 wick fan, so we have Blue Ocean Waves, which had Beach Breezes, Citrus Sea Spray, Island Flowers, and Sun-Drenched Wood. We had White Driftwood, which is Sea-Soaked Cedarwood, Neroli, and Refreshing Bergamot. And then we had a classic one that they always have, which is called Black Cherry Merlot, Dark Cherry, Black Raspberry, and Sumptuous Merlot. Huge fan of Bath & Body Works 3 wick candles, as is everybody on YouTube, but I love the way that they burn. The throw on the scent is really good. It'll light up like your entire house or your entire living room, and they always have like really cute packaging and fun seasonal like scents that come out. So yeah, really love these. Always have these in my empties. This is super random, but it's a tissue box, and I just wanted to show you because it's from Target that I love. It's like the little things in life, right? So one of the little things that gives me joy is the seasonal tissue boxes from Target. Now this specific one's like kind of random, but I think alpacas and I cannot speak. Alpacas, llamas. That's harder to say than you would think. Alpacas, llamas, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I wanted to say llama, alpaca lamb. I digress. This was like one of their springy boxes, and they always have seasonal ones like summer, spring, I mean, you know the seasons. And they just make me happy to have instead of like plain regular tissue boxes, so Target does it again. A couple of foaming hand soaps from Bath & Body Works. This is my favorite formula of the Bath & Body Works hand soap. We have Kitchen Lemon, which as the name implies was in my kitchen, and then Cilantro Peach. Both were great. This is something, it's just Target brand. It's an, up and up. It's a nail polish remover, and it's the acetone kind. I'm pretty sure this is like very bad for you in general. Like acetone is a very, very harsh chemical. However, I've got to be honest, it's what gets the nail polish off the best. So I've used like the non-acetone, and I think there's even like a sensitive one or a scented one. Honestly, I just don't even fuss with those anymore. I just dive into the real stuff and it gets my nail polish off. So I don't know. Let me know if you have any like thoughts, comments, or concerns on that or suggestions, but I do acetone. Fun fact about me, when I'm not wearing my Donna Karan Cashmere Mist deodorant, I go through men's deodorant, so Old Spice. Another fun fact about me, I've always had insomnia and just like trouble sleeping in general, so I take melatonin every night, and I went through a bottle. I don't know if that really belongs in this video, but here it is. Okay, sunscreen, Sun Bum. I'm obsessed with this brand. All their products have cute packaging and smell amazing, and they really work. So this is an SPF 50, and I use this every single day on like my neck and décolletage area. I feel like that's a very important part of skin to protect, as is everything, but like, your money maker, the really delicate area here, I feel like it needs to be protected. This, I use a different SPF on my face, but this is what I use here. It does have a little bit of a banana scent, which I love the scent, but I also love perfume, and I want my perfume to show through and not have like a scented lotion or sunscreen, but it pretty much fades. Like you put it on, it smells nice when you're putting it on, but it never seems to interact with my perfume. So I really recommend this stuff. I have repurchased it already. This is a self tanner that I just finished up. The bottle's like totally mutilated because I squeezed every last drop. It's the Jergens Natural Glow Daily Moisturizer in the fair to medium. I really do like this stuff. Okay, I'm trying not to ramble, but I am a very pale person, and I've kind of just accepted that because I don't want to fuss with fake tanning and like the whole bit. I've never had a spray tan, like never been to a tanning bed. I just don't mess with it. Excuse me. Now, as for self tanners, I also think these are annoying in general. They don't smell good. They can be streaky. It's like high maintenance to keep up with, etc., etc. So for a long time there, I was off of these, but I've recently kind of come back into it because like I really do like the look of having a tan. So I decided to give this one a go. It's like an award-winning product. It's fairly inexpensive, really readily available. The smell is not great, but it's not the worst. I mean, you can mostly smell it when it's actually on your skin. When it's fresh out of the tube, it smells actually kind of good, but then on your skin, it smells a little chemically, a little funky. So I don't dig that. Now it does work. It does actually build a glow, which is great. And then the other cool thing is because it's called Natural Glow, it genuinely is really gradual and really natural. Like I noticed a little bit of streaky or like a little bit of, oh, I kind of put more on this spot than that spot. But for the most part, like it's foolproof. You don't need a mitt or whatever it's called. You don't, like, you can be fairly, just do your best to get it on every inch of your body evenly, and like it's pretty forgiving. So I definitely would repurchase this. I'm just testing a different one right now, the Saint Tropez In Shower Self Tanner, and then I have a third self tanner to test after that one runs out. So I'm kind of on this mission right now to find the best one. Maybe I'll do like a separate video on those. Bath & Body Works hand sanitizer in vanilla buttercream. I'm obsessed with having clean hands. Burt's Bees lip balm in the original. I'm obsessed with having chapstick on my lips. I literally have a chapstick in every purse, every room. I'm obsessed. Okay, this guy, this was a perfume. It was a roller ball. This is the Fresh Sugar Lychee. I am beyond obsessed with this scent. It is the perfect combination of sweet and fresh. I say that every time I describe this scent. This was the second roller ball that I had been through, and I finally did buy the full size at this last Sephora sale. Perfect for spring and summer. I love, love, love this stuff. Fresh Sugar Lychee. Let's dive into makeup. A couple of mascaras and a couple of concealers. First, I have the Marcelle Nano Ultimate Volume Nano Mascara. This was one I got in a Birchbox. It has like that plasticky, interesting bristle. I normally probably wouldn't have even given this much of like I don't know, like I wouldn't have given it much thought, but it actually worked really well. Not too wet, not too dry, very good at separating and lengthening lashes. It did not like flake or smear, so I really did like it. The only problem is I don't know where like Marcelle is available, minus the Birchbox website. So that's why I'm not always super into those kind of random brands on there, but it was a good product. Now a mascara that I do love, and I've actually repurchased this, and this as it was like my second or third one having. This is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. Lancome is known for their mascaras. They are expensive, but if you can get them on a discount, sorry, just fixing my little ponytail here, then I recommend them. It's not too wet, not too dry, very voluminous, very lengthening. Yeah, good stuff. I mean, it kind of dried out. Oh, not even really fast though. It eventually dries out, but so do all mascaras. So yeah, I really recommend this stuff. Concealers. These are both basically my go-to concealers. This is drugstore, this is high-end. So this is my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I'm in the shade Fair, but of course, I love this stuff. It's really creamy, it's really like blendable, it's really nice. However, I am a massive Tarte Shape Tape fan, just like the rest of the internet. I'm in the shade Light, and for me, it's like once you go Tarte, it's kind of hard to go back to anything else. This is like almost $30, I think, so I don't like to purchase it all the time because concealer is one product that I use every day, so I go through it relatively quickly. I love to get these guys when Ulta has their sales. So I have one that I'm currently using, and then I have a backup, but when I'm like fresh out of concealer and just need to grab something at the drugstore real quick, I typically go for this guy. Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. Pretty good. This is a powder that I have used for years and years and years and years. I would repurchase. It's the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish Natural Powder. I'm in the shade Medium. It's really finely milled, it's really pretty. It will give you a little bit of coverage, and it looks really healthy and like not quite luminous, but like a little bit. The only thing is that I did not repurchase this because I think honestly, just as like a makeup addict, I was just kind of sick of repurchasing the same thing. Like, so I would for sure recommend this and go back to it, but I was just ready to try something else. And also it left my T-zone a little bit too shiny for my liking. When I would do like a Laura Mercier translucent powder or something, on days when I would use that powder, my T-zone was much more matte and I prefer that look. So those were the two reasons I strayed away from this, but in general, I would highly recommend it. This is the Milani Make It Last Makeup Setting Spray. This is something I hear a lot of people talk about on YouTube. I love Milani as a brand. It's drugstore, it's affordable, but I didn't really care for this. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I would not repurchase it. I don't know, like, I don't think that's a very popular opinion. I think a lot of people actually really like this stuff. For me, A, it was a little bit too drying, and I kind of already have dehydrated skin, so if you have oily skin, you might be super into this. But B, the sprayer on here is not that great, and my face would feel literally just wet, and I don't like that feeling. This is the type of thing I said once you go Tarte Shape Tape, you never go back. And I kind of feel that way about like the Urban Decay All Nighter spray or any of the Urban Decay sprays. Once you go Urban Decay, it's hard to go back because very few sprays can compete with Urban Decay's like nozzle and just how nice the mist is. It doesn't leave you feeling like you have wet streaks dripping down your face. There are other brands that have really good sprays as well, but Urban Decay I feel like was the OG of that, so I would not repurchase that. Now, something that I would and have repurchased is the one and only Physicians Formula Butter Bronze. Oh lordy, the remaining little chunks of bronzer that were in there just fell on my floor. But this is the Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. This is very hyped about on YouTube. I don't like love the packaging. It's okay, but it's kind of like, I don't know, a little tacky looking if you ask me. It smells like coconuts, which is great. Some people might not like it, but I think it's great. Such a pretty bronzer. So creamy, so blendable, so amazing. Now, when I repurchased this, I did get it in the shade Bronzer, which is one shade up from this. This light bronzer is so light, and as a pale girl, like this barely showed up on me. I mean, it definitely did show up on me, but it's like not at all a contour. It's strictly just a bronzer, which is okay. Like there's a time and a place for that. What I'm trying to say is that I love this in general, but I almost wish I would have repurchased this light bronzer as opposed to the bronzer, only because the light bronzer is so forgiving. You can take a fluffy brush and literally just be so sloppy and put it all over your face, and you can't mess it up. And it has like a little tiny bit of a sheen to it. Not glitter or anything, but like a little bit of a sheen. It looks very healthy and just very like warm and bronzy. I still love the bronzer shade, but it is slightly less forgiving because it's more pigmented. Does that make sense? But like, yeah, love it, recommend it, did repurchase, would continue to repurchase. Now this little puppy is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original. This is something that I have used forever and ever. I really like it. It really works well, but this was another one where like I was just ready to try something new. So I'm currently using the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I like that the paint pot masks like your eyelid veins and stuff like that better. This is just totally sheer and will, like, you couldn't wear this on its own. That would be pointless, whereas you can wear the paint pot on its own. But I think this maybe was a slightly better primer overall. So yes, I recommend, yes, I would repurchase, but yes, I like the MAC one too. Okay, eyebrow pencil. First of all, love Hourglass as a brand. Like, they can pretty much do no wrong by me. I pretty much love everything I've ever tried from them, and this is the brow sculpting pencil in dark brunette. This, in my opinion, from what I remember, was the first brow pencil that came in that triangle shape. It also has a spoolie on the other side. It's like the perfect amount of not too creamy, not too stiff. Like, brow pencils have to be a very like even amount of those things, you know. It has to be like the perfect sweet spot, and this definitely is, and I absolutely adore the packaging, and I would definitely repurchase. It's just kind of expensive. Okay, a few hair items. Toni & Guy. This is a medium hold hairspray. I love the smell of Toni & Guy products. This was good. It was nothing like fabulous, but I do like the smell, so yeah, I guess I'd repurchase. This was something that was like a little kind of Birchbox size, but thought it was worth mentioning. It's the Toni & Guy Classic Shine Gloss Serum. Smells amazing. Like I said, Toni & Guy smells great. And I don't know, I don't think I'd repurchase just because I have other products that I like better as like smoothing agents, and this just added like more shine than the smoothing component. And shine is great, but there are other products that do more than just that, you know? In fact, one of my favorite smoothing products is this guy. It's almost totally rubbed off. This is the Oribe, what is it called? Super Shine Moisturizing Cream, I think. I do have the full size of this. Oribe is a very expensive item or brand. This was like a travel size, obviously, but it's basically this cream that you put in your hair. And so like, see, mine's curled and it's a little frizzy even because this is like day 3, I think, hence why it's up in a ponytail. But if you brush out your curls and they get a little crazy or a little bit like Mufasa looking, something like this will really like calm them and make them look just pretty and like all together again. And it smells really nice. It feels really luxurious. I just recently got an R&Co product that is similar. Hopefully I will like that one. I haven't used it yet. Just because Oribe is so expensive, but R&Co is kind of expensive too. Speaking of R&Co, this is the Death Valley Dry Shampoo. This was another travel size. I love R&Co. They are one of my favorite brands. They have great packaging, great products, great scents. Yeah, and this is a fabulous dry shampoo. It does not leave much of a white cast, which is very important for the brunette ladies out there. And it soaks up your oil, and it's great. And then what would a Katie Empties video be without Batiste? Use this stuff all the time. I don't know, this is like a weird thing of mine. I do have like 2 high-end dry shampoos at the moment, but there's something about me where like I have to rotate my high-end with like a drugstore one because I want to savor my high-end ones for longer. Like I have an Elizabeth and James one and I have a full size of that R&Co. And I don't know, is that weird? So I like to always have a drugstore option where it's like maybe if let's say I use dry shampoo 4 days a week or whatever, I would do this maybe like 2 or 3 and then do the high-end one like 1 or 2 days a week. I don't know, that's weird of me, but it's a way that I can like enjoy and savor my more expensive high-end products for longer. I don't know why my brain does the things that it does. My last category is skincare, and then we are out of here. So the first one is one that I've repurchased about 1,000 times. It's the Target brand Up and Up Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes in Evening Calm. You were supposed to compare this to the Neutrogena Night Calming Makeup Remover Towelettes. This pack has 25, I think it's like around $3 or $4 at Target. Smells great. They are very saturated with product. That's a way to avoid saying the word that nobody likes. It starts with an M, ends with an ST, if you catch my drift. But yeah, they're plenty wet, so they get off like a lot of product. They do the job. They take off your makeup, they smell nice, and they're cheap. What else could you want? So yeah, I really like those. Another affordable drugstore product that I repurchase again and again, this is in my holy grail skincare, I would say, is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. This is the original one, which has the pink top. I think there's also one with a blue top and a green top. I don't exactly know the differences, but this is the original. It's a gentle yet effective micellar cleansing water. I use this at night sometimes to remove makeup, or like as a pre-cleanse or a step 1 cleanse. And then in the morning, I've actually switched over to just using this as a morning cleanser. Like I do a micellar wipe, and then I go into toner, serum, moisturizer, etc. I don't even wash my face in the morning because I've heard that if you wash twice a day, it can be a little bit too stripping for your skin, and I do kind of have dehydrated skin. So yeah, you should definitely check this out if you've been wanting to try a micellar water. It's cheap, it's a big bottle, it's great. Next up we have this guy. This is the Murad Rapid Age Spot Pigment Lightening Serum. This is a product that was meant to fade like discoloration, acne scars, sunspots, whatever. I don't have a rave review to give this, but I don't have a bad review to give this. I think part of it is that this is the type of product that probably should be judged based on, like, I feel like you have to be consistent with this. And I wasn't necessarily super inconsistent with it, but I wasn't always consistent. Like, put it on the same spot or the same area every night for a month and see what happens. Like, because to me, this was just like an extra serum. Like, I don't know. I had other serums that I use, a day serum and a night serum, and then just like when I felt like my skin was like doing decent and just needed some dark spot fading, I would use this. So I think it works. It's fairly expensive. I do like that it's a nice glass bottle with a nice pump. So if you want to try like a lightening product, I would say maybe check this out, but be more consistent with it than I was. But I think it kind of worked, yeah. That was probably a really crappy review. Like, just didn't make sense, but give it a shot. Okay, this is a thing that I've already repurchased. It's the Kiehl's Creamy Avocado Eye Treatment. This is one of their best sellers. It's a very, very thick, creamy eye cream. It is kind of a funky texture. You have to like warm it up in your fingers before you put it on. Otherwise it will, it's hard to explain, but it kind of like slips off your eyes. I do this as my daytime eye cream, and then I have a different nighttime eye oil because I'm very extra. It's the Cora Organics Nourishing Eye Oil, in case you're interested. I've just recently started using it. But this I put on during the day, and it will look like you are like literally wet under your eyes until it soaks in, which it eventually does soak in. but it doesn't bug me. Like, I like that it has that kind of slick wet look, because to me it shows me that like it's really hydrating. I don't think this one is meant to have like super anti-wrinkle benefits or anything like that. I have used one from Kiehl's that did that. I mean, and as you can see, this is the one that I've repurchased multiple times, not that wrinkle one. I don't know if I'm convinced that any cream can really take away your wrinkles. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know the science behind it, but I feel like only really Botox / like nothing can truly do that. So it's more about preventing and keeping things as hydrated as possible, which is something that this definitely does. So I do recommend this. And last but not least in this Empties video today, we have a moisturizer. This was the Clinique Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief. This was the gel version. I know that Clinique has a bunch of products in their Moisture Surge line. Makeup by Tiffany D raves about this moisturizer all the time. This was in one of my favorites videos from the past, like right when I first got it. It is, I wish I had something in here to show you, but it is like a light pink kind of jelly texture. I really do like it. It is nice and hydrating and moisturizing. It is nice because it's lightweight, so I think this is probably better for like spring and summer, and maybe more of a daytime moisturizer versus a nighttime. You can definitely use it around the clock if you don't want to be one of those like super extra people who have like an AM and a PM version of everything. For me, once fall and winter hit, this was not quite enough moisture. Like, it wasn't, I needed a little bit more, and so I primarily relied on my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, which is what I'm using right now during the day. But overall, I do like it. I would just be, like I said, if you are super dry, you might want an extra creamy one for nighttime and or for like winter time. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it was good. Clinique is like a tried and true. So I think that I have not talked too much, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Leave any questions, comments, concerns you have down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for being here today, and yeah, love you. Bye. Oh, PS, because I know when I watch YouTube, sometimes I wonder this, and in case I forget to put it in the description, if you're wondering what's on my lips, it is the Fenty Beauty Stunna Liquid Lip Paint. Whatever this one is, the Universal Stunna Liquid Lip. So, check it out. I like it. Okay, bye! They're one of my favorite bands. Sorry, the lighting, this is like in my whole,